Patrick, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Ian.
And a slight curveball here, because we mentioned the Ascension Islands at the beginning like no one's ever been there. In fact, you've not just been there, you worked there, is that right?
I lived and worked there. I come from the island of St. Helena, which is 700 miles away.
Okay.
The Ascension Island, it's very difficult. It's like living on the moon. There's hardly any vegetation at all.
Wow.
There is only one mountain, and that's called Green Mountain, where the grass grows. Everything else is burned cinder. It's clinker.
Because it's volcanic, right?
Yeah, it's volcanic. The only thing it's good for, apart from working there, because don't forget, it's a security issue as well. It's the Atlantic Relay Station. We listen in. GCHQ is set up there. You got the RAF set up there. You got the United States Air Force set up there. So
is there a town? Is there a capital? Is there, like, can you go to a bar?
Yeah, Georgetown is the capital. Georgetown was occupied by mostly the old Cable and Wireless.
Okay.
If you can remember when Cable and Wireless was in force there.
Yeah.
They did all the communication. We have an earth station there, which is run by Cable and Wireless. The BBC Atlantic Relay Station is there.
Oh, good.
Apart from that, you've got donkeys and land crabs.
Donkeys and land crabs?
Yeah. The water situation there, on the US base, where I used to work, we used to have to condense water from seawater to fresh water to use for toilets and all that, showers and all that sort of stuff. There is no actual big supply of fresh water. So the water supply there barely looks after the 800 or 900 people that lives there.
Wow. Can you ever imagine a policy where a government would send thousands of people there? Can you imagine that being allowed by a court of law or whatever?
Ian, whoever thought of that idea should be hung up by their thumbs.
Because it's what? Are you saying because it's impractical or it's cruel or what?
Impractical. It's not. I mean, I lived there for 7 years. I worked there for 7 years. Because, like I said, and the other thing is, if you get these people going there and they get chance to stay or given British citizenship, they then will be allowed to work on Ascension Island. Then you come in with another problem. The problem is with St. Helena, which is 700 miles away, because all the people that is St. Helena people. There's no jobs there, hardly, so they go to work for the Americans and everything else that's there on Ascension.
Yeah.
And they also go to the Falklands to work. So you'll be taking... St. Helena is a overseas territory of the British overseas territory. So you're looking at... allowing people, migrants, to be working on Ascension if they're allowed to. And that takes away the jobs that the St. Helena people...
Well, indeed. And would there be enough people to have any qualified input into what is needed out of that island? Listen, Patrick, thank you for that. I mean, that's an incredible analysis of somebody who lived there for 7 years. He only lived there because he was working there. And I'm sure they pay you handsomely when you work in a remote location where there's not very much to do.